Ladies and gentlemen, turn down this very loud air conditioner. I've taken a little bit of time to kind of gather my thoughts together and come up with a more rational consensus of this game. I still stand corrected with the title. There's absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts. The title is what it says is what it is. The Saints go to Lambeau Field. They play 3/4 of, I would say, relatively good football. Third quarter, you can argue. But for the most part, you go into Lambeau Field, you play 3/4 of football where you're up 3 possessions going into the final period. And once the fourth quarter comes, it just seemed like everybody just lost their minds. Like, literally just lost their minds. There are some phases to blame more than others. So for me to sit here and antagonize the defense and antagonize Blake Grupe and antagonize Jameis Winston is a little bit unfair, because Jameis Winston was only put in the position that he was dealt. Blake Grupe, same thing. He was only put in the position that he was dealt. Should have not come down to that. The defense, again, when you're on the field for, 3/4 of the third quarter because your offense can't get a first down, it's inevitable. You're a human being. You're going to get tired. And the defense, through 3/4, sorry about that. Through 3/4, this defense did everything they possibly could to put the offense in a good position, and you know what? I think they did a pretty damn good job. So I'm not going to go ahead and put fault on the defense. They got tired. It happens. It is what it is. I've kind of come down to the conclusion that this game boils down on 2 things. Number one, the ultimate cause of what costed us the game, which is the offensive line. This offensive line is pathetic. This offensive line is weak. They're a bunch of fat, no good, executing piles of blubber. Yeah. So that's our offensive line. They can't block. They can't protect. They allowed 12 sacks in the first 3 games of the year. They're pathetic. They're horrible. Each and every one of them. No excuses. No justifying. No sitting here and gonna kiss Ramchek's ass. No. They're all pathetic. They've been all absolutely atrocious. So there's that. This offensive line is the number one. You got our quarterback hurt. And then in the second half, or in the fourth quarter, that is, well, third quarter to the fourth quarter, you can't block. You can't give any kind of spark to where we can at least open the idea of running the football. So the offensive line was absolutely pathetic. The second thing, and I don't see a lot of people pointing a finger at this, but to me, this is pretty close with the offensive line. The coaching. We all knew that the coaching is not great. We all know Dennis Allen is not a great coach. We all know Pete Carmichael is not a good play caller. We know that. My thing is, this team played not to win, or not to lose in the second half. Hands down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They played not to lose. There was no aggression in the second half. There was no execution. There was no smash mouth football. Just do what you do best. Just win at the line. There was none of that. None of it. None of it. The play calling was absolutely atrocious. It was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and then at some point, especially in the fourth quarter, defense got tired. They just got tired. I mean, it's what it is. Could not sustain drives, couldn't execute, couldn't block. Play calling was piss poor. So those are the two biggest things. I don't think Dennis Allen knows, and it showed last year whenever we played Tampa Bay on that Monday Night Football game and we had that lead. I don't think Dennis Allen knows what to do with a comfortable lead in the fourth quarter. And I don't mean comfortable in the sense that you're up 35-0. I mean comfortable in the sense to where you're up 10, 14, or even 17 like we were today. Dennis Allen does not know how to handle those situations. So that's my feedback on that. That's my 2 cents on that. I just don't understand how you're not able to sustain a drive in the second half and go down and put some clock, waste some clock, and seal this baby up. We could have done that. We could have done that on the first possession of the second half. In reality, we could have done that. The first possession of the fourth quarter. I mean, we had our chances, and Green Bay, they took what we gave them, and they did what they needed to do. It's disheartening. It's upsetting because this was, out of all 3 of the games, I thought this was the most winnable. It's sad to say, very sad to say, but we had beyond the best first half that we could have asked for from the New Orleans Saints out of the first 3 games. The best first half, without a doubt. And the second half, I mean, although, the third quarter we were hanging in there and, we were, playing chess and just kind of, keeping everything out in front of us. The fourth quarter, I just don't understand how you blow 3 possessions, how you let up 3 scoring possessions in the matter of 13 minutes. I just don't get it. 3 scoring possessions in the matter of 13 minutes. Can't get a first down. You decide whenever you're trailing to start moving the ball, and the kicker misses the field goal. And I said it, I know I gave him some crap in the last live stream that I made, but in reality, I look at it like this. It should have never come down to that. And I know the kicker, he's young, he's a rookie. It was a tough position for him. I'm not going to go ahead and crucify him. It's just, it's disheartening that it actually came down to that, though. And ultimately, you got to look at coaching. It all boils down to coaching. Ultimately. No adjustments offensively. No effort to try and sustain drives. I mean, they had Michael Thomas running little slant routes like he always does, and Jameis was targeting him, and we did not run the football at all in the second half. Why didn't we run the football in the second half? Why didn't we run the football in the second half? Didn't run the football in the second half. Yeah, right? Exactly, Brute Saint. Yeah, it's disheartening, man. It's disheartening. And now I'm seeing the report that Derek Carr may miss a few weeks I don't know what that means. That's completely subjective. I don't know what exactly that's supposed to mean. That could mean 3, that could mean 4. And I don't know if I trust Jameis. If it's only 3 or 4 weeks, I mean, if you're 2-4, 2-5 in the NFC South, it's not the end of the world, apparently. But a few could be 3-8. Oh, well, that's not good. That is not good one bit at all. That is the worst thing that we could have, the worst news we could have got. 8 weeks, that's half the year. Not good. Thank God it's not season-ending related. Well, I mean, I don't know if at this rate it really matters, because if we're not in the playoff race by the time he comes back, then none of that matters. So I'm hoping it's only 3, 2 or 3, whatever. And in that sense, then whenever I go to Houston to watch the Saints play the Texans, it's going to be Jameis Winston playing in front of me there. So I don't know. My faith with the team right now is in the ground. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think the biggest reason why is because I don't trust the leadership. I don't trust the coaching. I don't think they know what they're doing. And they're going to have to prove me wrong in order to change my mind about that. They're going to have to go out there and actually get wins. I mean, that's the only thing to it. Am I going to pick the Saints to beat Tampa Bay next week? Probably not. I'm probably going to go ahead and go on this, what I call, passive-aggressive. I'm going to go a little bit passive-aggressive the next few weeks, and, you know, because of how we ended this game and because of everything that's transpired and the bad luck we're having, I'm going to go ahead and pick against the Saints in my weekly picks until they start proving me wrong. Go on a little bit of a rebellious method here, strategy. Oh, wow, Arizona is going to beat Dallas. Unreal. Oh. The only good thing about this game is that beforehand, I felt like this was going to be a loss coming into the season. And I could accept the loss to Green Bay. I can accept that. What I can't accept is having a 17-0 lead in the fourth quarter and absolutely blowing it based on stupidity. Not even getting outplayed, just stupidity. That's my biggest pet peeve. Gregory Donald, that how I feel. Denny don't know what he doing. You not fan. If you don't, that I'm Saints fan, dead or alive. When did you say that? When did I say I wasn't a diehard fan? I'm a diehard fan down to the ground. I'm a diehard. I'm as diehard a fan as anybody on here. Because I'm picking them to lose because I don't trust the team. Trusting and having confidence in your team versus cheering for them and being a fan are two different things, my friend. Those are two different things. Because I don't think the Saints are going to win a game, I had Green Bay winning this game. How does that... tell me how I'm going against them. I'm not going against them. I want them to win. I want to be cheering, yelling, screaming, up, down, when I'm watching these games. That doesn't make me a bad fan. That doesn't make me not a fan. That makes me a realistic fan. Are you really realistic if you pick your team to win every week? No. They're not going to win every game. Gregory Donald. And there's a lot of people like you that define people as you're not a fan if you pick them to lose. I'm sorry. I had my throat in my stomach today. I was comfortable on the couch, chilling, confident, thinking, oh yeah, we're 3-0, baby, we're 3-0. And then all of a sudden we blow a 17-0 lead, and then I go from thinking about what I got to do later to not even doing what I got to do later because I'm pissed off about this game. Don't get on me for keeping my wall up or keeping my guard up or protecting my feelings. I'm preparing for the worst with the Saints. I watch every game in and out. But it don't make you a bad fan to protect your feelings and prepare yourself for the worst outcome. There's nothing wrong with that. Because you've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it. This New Orleans Saints team with this coach is bound to let you down. And they're going to have to prove me wrong in order to change that mindset. Now, Gregory, I will agree with you there. Derek Carr does hold the ball too damn long. He does. I said it last week. I'll say it again. Derek Carr has got to get rid of the freaking ball sooner than that. I mean, dude, the offensive line is not good. We know that. But Derek Carr, the way he holds on to that ball and is so hesitant, it's just, yeah, you got to get out of that rhythm. But in order for the Saints to get back on track, they're going to have to be present. They're going to have to be in the present moment. They're going to have to understand and be ready to be more aggressive. And this offensive line has just got to get better. Coaching has got to get better. I mean, coaching. I think the coaching is what it is, personally. Offensive line, I don't know how much better they can get. We all miss Breeze, man. We all miss that leadership. Brute Saint, that's a big if. If we can beat the Bucks, Texans, and Colts, we'll be okay. I mean, can we win all those games? We can. We could win each and every one of those games. But right now, I'm focused on Tampa Bay. I'm focused on... I feel bad for the defense, but the defense is... I got a little bit of PTSD from that game. I'm sitting here imagining if we can get off to a good start and get a good lead next week, we'll be fine, but that's what happened this week. That's what happened this week. We got off to a good big lead, started off fast, and for 3 quarters, it looked like, bro, just make this thing 24-0, make it 31-0. I started to get greedy. I just wanted them to run up the score at one point, and then this happens, and then we abandon the running game in the second half. We don't run the football. It's just... It starts with coaching in the offensive line. I think that's where it starts. The defense, if the defense knows that they're getting help on the offensive side of the ball, I think the defense is going to put up and be confident in their ability to hold teams. This offense has just got to move the damn ball. It's horrible. And then I mentioned on that second possession where Green Bay went down to make it 17-11 when they were only up 17-3, or whenever we were up 17-3. They literally got down the field based on penalties, pass interference. There was literally nothing. That's it. That is literally the only way they got down the field was based on penalties. An AC... I think you said the wrong thing, Jerry. Not an ACL. It's a AC sprain. Yeah, Gregory. Listen, and Gregory, just to your point, where was Jimmy Graham the rest of the game? Why couldn't we keep him in towards the second half of the game where we can get a nice big body in there to catch the football, go up and catch the football? Why did they stop using him? That's another thing with coaching. You don't run the football. You don't put in the players that got you where you were. Like, you don't put in Rashid Shaheed. Where was he at? Where was Shaheed all? I mean, where are these guys at? You don't put them in. Instead, you get Jameis throwing the ball, little slant passes to Michael Thomas and Jawan Johnson, and I mean, it was hard to watch. I mean, yeah. Other than that one run that he had, whenever we were about to go kick the field goal, Taysom Hill was not even involved. Taysom Hill was not even a fact. There was no. For all this time where Pete Carmichael calls all these Taysom Hill running around the edges and Taysom Hill running to the sides, why didn't we use that? Why didn't we use those angle runs for Taysom Hill? Why were we running him up the middle? Why didn't we use him in the second half? Bad coaching. Bad coaching. So, and now that I'm talking about it, I changed my mind even more. I think this is more bad coaching than anything. I mean, look at Arizona. Arizona's not a good team, and they beat Dallas. So, yeah, now that I'm really kind of gelling this all together, it's seeming more clear that it is bad coaching, which is the cost why we lost the game. Bad coaching. Oh, Brute Saint. I work with this guy who coaches volleyball, and Pete Carmichael's daughter used to play volleyball for him. And so the coach would always, the guy that I work with, he would always have conversations with Pete Carmichael, and they would discuss, during football season, like, what happened with this play call? Like, what was that play call? And here's what Pete Carmichael told the guy that I work with. Hey, that's Sean Payton's call. Sean Payton has the say-so. Sean Payton he's got the first say-so. Or Dennis Allen's got the first say-so. Dennis Allen calls the shots. That's what the guy that I work with says. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I definitely, now that I've gotten time to kind of talk it out and rationalize everything, I definitely think coaching was probably the thing that cost us the game. The offensive line we already knew was bad. So even with the defense giving up 18 points in the fourth quarter, those 18 points should have been garbage time points. The Saints should have won 27-18 or something. Like those 18 points that Green Bay, it's not out of the ordinary for a team to hold somebody scoreless through 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter they score like 17 or 2 touchdowns or whatever. It's not out of the ordinary. So the defense allowing 18 points, although it looks bad on the defense for technically allowing them to come back, those 18 points should have been garbage time. We should have won this game like 27-30-18. It shouldn't have been... we shouldn't have gotten shut out in the second half. They got shut out in the first 3 quarters. We got shut out in the second half. All right, Slittle. I don't think Sean would have lost that game either. 70-20. Oh my goodness. Whew. Hey, we're not as bad as the Broncos. Now, if I had have any kind of positivity to end this video with, listen. In my prediction video, I had us starting 1-2. We're 2-1. I would say we're in a pretty good spot right now. I said the first 3 games without Kamara were going to be tough. And they were. And I said if we can finish 2-1, we'd be in good shape. And we're 2-1. So are we not in good shape? We'll see. But I think with the fact that Kamara's coming back, that's going to open up for a little bit more opportunity and choice option. Also going into this week, I felt like the Saints could lose this ball game. Now, obviously, along the course of the game, I changed my mind. I thought, oh, yeah, we're going to win this thing. They don't got Christian Watson. They don't got Jair Alexander. There's no Aaron Jones. Oh, yeah. And as we built that lead up, I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude. There's no way we can blow this damn lead. And it did happen. It happened. They were shorthanded. We were shorthanded, so... That's what I said, Brute Saint. I have a bad feeling that this game will cost us come playoff time. The only way it would not cost us is if we pull out some wins that we probably shouldn't. Like we would have to beat. I mean, when I look at the schedule is really not that. I thought Minnesota was our toughest game. It's not looking like that. It's really not looking like that. What's up, Rudy? Good win today, man. Good win today, my brother. Yeah, we just got to find it. And now I said this. I said if we start off 2-1 without Kamara, we'll be fine. If the Saints, which I'm anticipating will be about 3 weeks without Derek Carr, if they can go 2-1 in that stretch, then I think we're in good shape. I think we'll be in pretty good shape. So I guess this is kind of like the, a little bit of closure here. Just throw this game behind us. And let's just hope that things can kind of materialize. But I just had to come back on here and kind of get my words back together and understand that, I'm not blaming the whole team. I think it all starts with the coaching. The coaching just called a piss-poor offensive game in the second half. They played soft defense. It was bad. It was pretty bad. But just had to come and get closure. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.